What's going on? Listen, I just wanted to say this right quick. But as a minister, as a preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ, you're going to have to offend someone at some point. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to just go out of your way to just say disrespectful, ignorant things, to just uh, single people out. And, sometimes people don't like people. So you'll sit there and try to preach about something, about someone, people to be trying to pick on someone. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but I'm saying even when you are being your nice, sweet, humble, submissive self, you're still going to say something that offends someone. Like, no one was more humble than Jesus. No one was more sweet in their spirit and in their mannerisms than Jesus. And they nailed him to a cross because he offended them. He angered them. Not even trying to, but he knew they weren't right. So what I'm saying is, why are you a minister if you just think that you're going to be able to make everyone happy at all points and times? If you think that you're just going to be able to pass as a motivational speaker and get to heaven or help folks get to heaven. There's a battle out here for people's souls, for people's spirits, things that's taking place to deceive the elect. And if you're not signing up to help fight against it, what are you doing? You just want to be comfortable in your little church where everybody likes you and praises you for being a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, in teaching, in correction, you're going to offend. Jesus himself said, I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. I'm not telling you that like, I think that we should just be trying to disrespect people and trying to offend people. No, I'm not saying that, but the word of God offends. Why does it offend? Because we're not perfect. All of us are not perfect. All of us have things that when we read that word constantly, it's like, yeah, man, I need to tighten up on that. I need to change that. I need to do this better. I need to do that better. But if you're not telling folks or instructing people or teaching folks what to look for, what are you doing? Yeah, women are going to be mad when you tell them that they have no business in the pulpit. Yeah, they're going to be upset. But you got to tell them. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to hate them. But as a man, you would be unwise to subject yourself to a woman's leadership or authority. Yeah, folks are going to be upset when you tell them that as Christians, they don't have any business being at Mardi Gras parades, lifting their hands up to a bunch of floats that's named after false Greek gods. Yes, people are going to be offended by that. But that's love. You understand what I'm saying? Even when our parents told us things in love, we felt offended because we were upset. Why? Because we had our mind made up on one thing, thinking that it was going to be okay, thinking that we were going to be able to live like this and do our thing. And then here comes someone who swoops in and says, no, that's wrong. Don't do that. That's dangerous. It's evil, or whatever it may have been. And then we mad, then we upset. But it's not until years later that we understand, yeah, they were right. But as a minister, what are you doing if you're not teaching correction? Yes, season your words with grace. Yes, look at a person and see in them yourselves. Yes, look at someone and find the good in them. But you still have to instruct. Yeah, it's too many motivational speakers out here, man. And they're so weak that when someone comes with correction, it makes us look as though like we're evil, we're wrong, we're troublemakers. And I guess we are troublemakers, because that's what we're supposed to be. But if Jesus himself got nailed to a cross for what he preached, I get it. You ducking the cross. You scared to get nailed to a cross. That's what it is. You scared of them nails in your hand on that cross. So you want to walk this walk, but have a better faith than your master. So I get it. So that's what you want. You want the same rewards of your master, the same wisdom of your master. You want the fame of your master, the recognition of the master, but you don't want the consequences of the master. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all. So just like many of the people that sometimes entertain some of these churches, You just want the rewards of a Christian life, but you don't want to pick up your cross daily. You don't want to have to choose God over family members sometimes. You don't want to have to choose God over friends sometimes, over business associates sometimes. You don't want to speak up and say, hey, I can't involve myself in that because I don't want to offend my God. You know why? Because you're too scared to offend someone else. That's a terrible place to be in. And the Bible speaks of these individuals precisely in Revelations, where it talks about certain churches that are not speaking the way that they ought to, not warning the people the way that they ought to. Yeah, folks want to have their cake and eat it too. But I mean, if the master who you say you are emulating did things a certain type of way, what makes you think you're going to be able to stray from that way, make your own sect or doctrine or whatever it is, and get away with it? No, I'm not telling you to just go out and look for people to offend. No, but the word of God offends. And the world is so wicked and getting even more wicked that almost everything that you have to speak on will offend someone because there's that much wickedness going on. A lot of people used to ask me, you aren't scared to preach some of the stuff that you preach? And quickly, my only answer is no. I'm scared to not preach it. You understand what I'm saying? Be blessed. Be bold. Be courageous. But most importantly, be real, bro. Like, be real, bro. You notice that isn't the way. You know that's not the way. You know that's not the way. Speak up. Be bold. Men need to be men. And if our men would be men, we could speak these things boldly. If we could teach and encourage our men to look like men, act like men, live like men, you wouldn't be so scared to actually act like a man and talk like a man, especially a man of God. You understand? So I'm not telling you to go disrespect on purpose, but you will offend when you speak the truth. Yeah, you think folks aren't going to be disrespected when you talk about Catholicism sometimes, especially in Louisiana, in the Catholic state, when you speak about all the evils of Catholicism, all of the nonsense of Catholicism, you don't think people will be offended? Yeah, they're going to be offended. People that you know, people that you love. It's on you to come up with a way to where when you're done talking, they can know that you're really just all about providing correction and saving folks from consequences or being out of the will of God. Yeah, everybody you know loves Mardi Gras, loves this, loves that, loves whatever it may be, loves sleeping with the person that they sleeping with that they not married to. They love it. Everyone in their mind wants to feel as though I'm doing the best that I can. But yeah, sometimes you have to walk up and say you got to do better, bro. As men, we take it. We can take it. So why can't you dish it? I have to take it. I have to sit there. No matter how someone tells me something, they could even cuss me out. You know what I got to do? Like my daddy always told me, I got to eat the meat, spit out the bone. Take what's good from that conversation and whatever's worthless, throw it away. But I don't care if somebody runs up to me cussing me out. Like it's like even say if I'm about to walk out into the street and get hit by a car, and somebody stops me and grabs me and cusses me out. That's you old stupid, ragged, blah, 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 blah. You ain't see that call coming? Man, I'm going to be too thankful that they saved my life to be concerned about how they talk to me. Man, why you told me that like that? Why you said that like that? Man, you hurt my feelings. Man, that 18-wheeler that was about to smack you was going to hurt you way more. You get what I'm saying? Be real, bro. I'm not telling you to curse nobody out. You better not be cussing nobody out. But I'm saying even as men, we have to take the signs of the world. It doesn't matter if a drunk tells us something. See, that's why we're supposed to study ourselves, examine ourselves. Because you don't want God to have to send somebody to come tell you something. Because sometimes it may be somebody who doesn't have the grace that you want. Because you're not listening. So sometimes God may have to send somebody who's just going to be loud and ignorant. You understand? To make you hear what they're saying. You don't want that. Examine yourself and just make sure that when you're being used as that person to bring and provide correction, that you're seasoning your words with grace. You got to love folks, man. Loving folks isn't sitting back while they're killing themselves. Loving folks is telling them, hey, man, you're headed towards trouble. Hey, man, you're out of line. Excuse me, ma'am, you're out of order. You're out of your role as a woman. That's love. So y'all be blessed, man. I just wanted to say that, man. We're not motivational speakers. We're preachers. You understand? We're leaders. Get that right. One.